Hey Virgos, this is Perigaea Tarot. I'm here to do your reading for today. There is a beeping going on in the hallway of my building, but it could be going on all night. So honestly, I just need to do your reading. I don't want you guys to miss out. So I'll do my best to just ignore it. So I just want you guys to know that if you're interested in getting access to extended readings, I have about approximately 25 per month, and for every single time that I have a normal reading, a free reading, generally I have an extended reading that goes along with it. So if that interests you, just hit the join button and check out Virgo Bombshell membership, and if you'd like that. Also, what else was I going to say? Oh yeah, I'm doing a contest where every 2 weeks I pick someone to give a free personal reading to, and if you want to enter, just hit like, subscribe, and then comment down below "I am loved," and I'll choose a winner every 2 weeks. All right, so universe, the person on my Virgo's mind, how do they feel towards Virgo, and what would be their next actions towards Virgo? Oh wow, they see you as the Empress, and they don't want things to be over. They do not want this to end. They are, they're, pushing back against the concept of this ending. They see you as marriage material. They want to commit to you, potentially as the mother of their children. But with the Eight of Cups, there could be someone who is walking away. Also, it could be that the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles are two different people. With the Lovers in the reverse, I sense that you could be walking away, potentially because they're appearing to not make up their mind. Or that you're not willing to take part in a third-party dynamic, that you know that you deserve intimacy and someone who wants you, and this person, basically the way that they're acting or what they're offering you is not a dynamic that you want. You know what you want, and that is not it. So universe, how does the person on my Virgo's mind feel towards Virgo? Yeah. I feel like this is them seeing your feelings. This seems like your feelings, that you are pulling yourself out of this feeling of being left out in the cold, of not feeling loved. I feel like this is you feeling like you've been investing into a situation that is not giving anything back to you, where you've been feeling rejected, unnurtured, and it's almost like you were keeping yourself confused, or maybe in a state of denial, or over flexibility, just to cater to this person, and maybe the way that they were behaving. But this is this is them perceiving you as coming out of that, of like, you're like, I'm not confused anymore. I'm not going to enable you to behave this way anymore. Yeah, with the Ace of Cups, you want a brand new, fresh start, and you want that full energy of love and fulfillment emotionally. You are not willing to come up with excuses for somebody as to why. Yeah, you want someone who loves you, who is all in, who's certain about you, who only has one cup in their hand, and that they're offering it to you. Yeah, and you could be dealing with a water sign, so Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. Universe, what does my Virgo's person feel towards Virgo? Yeah, you're not willing to put up with somebody who is unstable. You're not willing to put up with somebody who is uncertain. I feel like this is you being like, not necessarily like, oh, you need to make this much money. It's more along the lines of like, you want emotional commitment. You want emotional certainty. I also feel like this person could be, this could be the decision that this person is making, that they are choosing to end another commitment, because they want to fight for this. But with the King of Pentacles in the reverse, I feel like this could be saying that if they have been or appeared to be uncertain, it's been because they felt like they were not good enough, maybe on a financial level, to try to offer themselves to you. And with the Justice in the reverse, there could be some legal aspect. Maybe they are still married, or maybe they are, they've been dealing with some kind of legal problems. But yeah, with the Nine of Cups here to the Emperor, I feel like it's basically saying that this person, that the way that you're perceiving them is that they're just being selfish. So I sense that what's going on with them is that they are knowing that, like, oh, they've got these inadequacies, you know, and they feel like they're not good enough. But what's actually happening is that you are seeing them as like somebody who's just thinking about their own power, their own comfort, and their own wants, and just not prioritizing you. And you're not willing to put up with that. Yeah, with the Three of Cups in the reverse to the Strength, you could be dealing with a Leo. Also, Aries is strong here, and Libra. So this could potentially be a third party situation, or somebody who, this is somebody potentially holding back, maybe from excessive drinking, excessive partying. But at the end of the day, I feel like this is saying that you are seeing them this way. You're seeing them as somebody who's just kind of like drinking too much, partying too much, and all, you know, or just overdoing it, overindulging in something. And, you know, whether it's social contact or other people or substances, and that they're just kind of thinking about their own self-esteem. They're not thinking about you. You know, Nine of Cups is really like a self-satisfaction type energy that's all about self. Yeah, and with the Page of Swords to the Nine of Pentacles, this is them seeing you as being like at a place where you're like, I'm not going to hold space for you if you're not going to be my boyfriend. Like, I'm not going to be sort of single, but sort of in a relationship, but not really. Like, this is you being like, you've been keeping an eye on them, trying to figure them out, and trying to hold space for them where you're not single, but you're not really taken, and you're not going to do that anymore. And this is them perceiving the way that you feel, like seeing you as, yeah, with the Page of Pentacles to the Knight of Pentacles. I feel like this is you, this has been you hoping that things would upgrade from the lowest level to maybe even just the next level. But with the Eight of Wands in the reverse, there's been delays, and you were hoping that like it would step forth into love. But this is just like you being tired and like, I'm not going to wait any longer. I'm just not going to deal with it. This is basically you feeling like you don't really care why your needs aren't being met. All that you know is that your needs are not being met. Yeah, you know that you deserve this reciprocation, this Two of Cups, this love energy. And if it's not there, you're just not satisfied and you're not going to deal with it. It's basically, I feel like you've been settling for less than love. You've been settling for less than what you deserve, and hoping and hoping and waiting and waiting. And this is just like this energy of being fed up, of like, I'm not going to deal with that anymore. I deserve love, so I'm moving on, and I'm moving, you know, out of this situation. And what I'm sensing here is that your person's feelings in the situation are really just them seeing how you feel, and them, yeah, they see you as being at a breaking point, and that you're tired of hoping. You're tired of, you know, sitting there because you feel bound up by the situation. You feel like, you know, like you're not getting what you want, but it's not letting you, it's like, if this basically, you feel like if this person doesn't want to fulfill my needs, then I'm done. You know, if this person does not want to make me a priority, I don't want to engage with this anymore. Universe, what is this Five of Pentacles in the reverse to the Seven of Cups in the reverse? Yeah, this is you wanting to come out of the bitterness and the anger and the resentment and basically what you're doing is you're taking control. And you're like, I'm not going to place my power in this other person's hands, because that's what I feel like you've been doing. You've been placing your power into this other person's hands, and it's been making you feel hopeless and like you have no power, because you've been sitting there waiting for this other person to step up and believing in them, and you're realizing that like you've been placing your power in this other person's hands and that you want to take it back now. Yeah, you are tired of constant thinking, this constant feeling of like, I mean, I feel almost like this is somebody losing their affection for someone, because they're like, all I do is think about this, and this person does nothing. Like, you know, you don't want, you're at a breaking point. The thing that is certain here is that you are at a breaking point because you feel abandoned. You feel left out in the cold. You feel like this person is just not taking action. They're not tending to you. And because of that, you're like, I'm done. I'm not going to confuse myself about this anymore. I'm choosing my own cup and my own value. You know, it's almost like you've been keeping yourself in this place of obscurity. You've almost been deluding yourself because you wanted to avoid sorrow and grief and loss. But this is basically you understanding that it's time to step out of that. And I almost feel like you're so exhausted from the situation that you're basically ready to leave it in the past, because it just feels like nothing but pain. It's gotten to this point where you just want to release the situation because you're tired of the pain. You're tired of like hoping that, basically, I feel like you've been holding space for somebody to come in and be there for you and fulfill your emotional needs, and making all these adjustments and waiting, and then just nothing keeps being that nothing happens. And this is you being like, I don't want to do that anymore. What is this Ace of Cups to the King of Cups? Yeah, with the commitment in the reverse, you could have been waiting for someone to end a marriage or another situation with somebody, but one way or another, you feel like this person is not committed to you. And so you're just done. Or this person could be deciding to leave a commitment. We'll ask about that more. Yeah, because I feel like, ooh, dropped a card. Yeah, I feel like you aren't trying to, you know, inspire this person out of their confusion or whatever they're in. But I feel like that's what it's actually doing, is it's having an effect where this person is like being kind of jolted out of their confusion and realizing that like, I don't have any more time to waste with Virgo. So potentially they could be coming in with a confession, coming clean about something, because they basically know that this situation with the third party potentially that they're in is hollow and empty, and they're bored with it, and it feels very shallow. But it's like, what it is that they've been escaping coming in and talking to you up until now, because they were afraid that you would not accept, you would basically reject them for what they had to tell you. Universe, what is this King of Cups to the Four of Wands in the reverse? Yeah, this person is really scared. They're really scared because, to be quite honest, it's like it's easier on them just to not tell you, because what then ends up happening is that you're the one feeling rejection. But that's cruel. And, you know, I think that this is maybe something that your person needs to accept, or maybe a life lesson, is that, you know, when you refuse to take responsibility for the things that you've done to hurt somebody, and by telling them or explaining it to them, you're putting off the pain onto them. You're not making the pain go away. You're just transferring it onto the other person. And so the love will be killed by that, one way or another. So you might think you're saving yourself from a rejection, but you're not. You're actually just like, but yeah, like it's like the chemistry and the spark and the passion are dying anyways. Probably between them and this other person, but because of the fact that they're not taking action towards you, that's what they're doing with you, is they're killing the attraction there. What is this Four of Wands in the reverse of the Seven of Wands, universe? Yeah, this person is realizing they need to stop living in delusion land. I'm just seeing these bubbles as like like a drunken delusion, kind of. This is somebody who's realizing they can't keep chasing thrills and distractions. They need to face reality and fight for this, is what I sense is happening. Yeah, because they understand that if they don't do something, that they will, you know, that will be their karma. It will be bad karma, but they'll deserve it, and they don't want that. With longing here, I sense that they are hoping that if they come in and express to you how much they've been missing you and wanting you, that maybe that could cause you to forgive them, feel a little better about the situation. Yeah, and they're hoping that they can come in and use their inner knowing to maybe, you know, and to speak to you about but this is what they're hoping to bring to you, is they're hoping to speak to you about their inner knowing, you know, come to you about what they feel and maybe explain why they've been distracted, explain the reason for the sidetracks and the delays. And they're hoping to maybe make excuses so that they can heal this, and make you feel a bit better, and maybe, you know, open things up to a possible future. Universe, what can you tell me is going on in this situation? Why has Virgo's person delayed in speaking to them? Commitment and intimacy. So this is potentially they could be they've been in a commitment to somebody else. I'm not sure what the intimacy is saying. I feel like this is basically, this is what you want. And maybe they were afraid to come in and offer this to you, or felt like something was in the way. Universe, what can you tell me is the reason why Virgo's person has not? Also, I feel like something good is, what this is saying is that you have guardian angels or ancestors or passed over loved ones who are looking out for you. So even if there is like a delay or something along the lines of like a rejection or a missed opportunity, have faith that, you know, you are being protected. Universe, can you tell me anything else about this situation? Yeah, so there's been a lack of communication, and that is the main thing here that has been, that is killing this. But because it fell, because I set it down, not purposefully, next to the Seven of Wands, I feel like this person is coming in to defend themselves and to try to get back in your good books. Universe, can you give me a message for my Virgos regarding this situation, advice on how they should move forward, or on what they need to do with this person? So a fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. So we just had the full moon on the 9th. So we're still in that cycle of the full moon. So this person could be coming in like really, really soon. What do you need to release? Interesting. So I feel like this is you. This is what you're trying to release, is that you're in this place where you're like, I'm not going to carry this dead weight any longer. You know, because the situation has kind of gotten to a point where with you, it feels like dead weight, but believe in the impossible. So don't lose hope, whatever the situation, whatever is going on. Don't let your thoughts or your feelings turn to a negative frequency. Try to keep things, you know, positive, and keep yourself believing in that anything is possible, even with the situation. You know, if it's still possible that this person could come through for you, and that you guys could have really beautiful love. But I feel like, yeah, you're just in a place where you're frustrated is the main issue that is coming through. So, universe, when can my Virgo person expect to hear from this person? When will they be reaching out to my Virgos? It's happening now. So I would say that this person is coming, like, basically really, really soon, like immediately, like for some of you, in the next few days, at the time of this full moon cycle. 54 could be an important number for you. When will my Virgos hear from this person? patience, it's not yet time. So for some of you, you just need to, if it's something that you want to do, just let it go. Try not to think about it. And just kind of, you know, let it be, leave it alone. 30 could be a number for you that's significant. But I'm also seeing amazing chemistry, terrible timing. So this is just an energy of like you feeling like really impatient. And I feel like that's what this person is, your person is basically focused on right now. They're not really feeling their own stuff. They're like feeling you. They're like picking up on your feelings. And like your feelings are kind of like taking the spotlight right now. And this is potentially prompting them to, you know, to come in and explain themselves. Universe, what can you tell me about when my Virgo person can expect to hear from this person? Tomorrow looks promising. So for some of you, tomorrow. And this card keeps coming up. So 33 could be an important number. So this one keeps coming up. Indecision is causing delays. 47. So for those of you who know somebody who maybe is around 47 years of age, something like that, that could be your answer, is that indecision is causing this person to delay. So anyways, Virgos, I hope that has helped you. I'm going to move into the extended reading now, and I'll speak to you soon.